Welcome to Midnightrabbi Inspires, class number 44. 44 is the numerical value of dam, blood. And that's a very powerful aspect of being a Jew. We live with Mesiras Nefesh, and we live with our blood. We have bris milah, which is how the men is the way we're conceived. The woman is able to conceive, and the baby comes out with blood. It's a certain Mesiras Nefesh to bring children, to work, to do our avodah. So everybody does that. It's true, everybody does. But we have bris milah. We also have gone through history, a very bloody history, and that's what brings me to mention that this past Shabbos was the Yotzai of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Gimel Tammuz, and it's also a very special time to remember the week before, the Shabbos before, Eli Wiesel. I mentioned him underneath in the previous class. Eli Wiesel is a tremendous speaker and reminder of what the Jewish people went through in the Holocaust. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe, is beyond words, had a tremendous influence on him. I listened to a shir from Rav Y. Jacobson, and really brought down this idea that Jewish people's emunah, our belief, is in a very intrinsic mishpat. We have an intrinsic, deep belief there has to be justice. And what happened in the Holocaust, the more spiritual, more connected we are to the truth, to our neshama, the more we can't live with this reality that something could have happened so beyond our minds, so beyond justice, so beyond the rules that this world should be lived and run by. There was a situation in the Holocaust of 6 million or more people being killed in such a cruel way, and specifically Eli Wiesel in Auschwitz, which is where my grandmother actually came from, a place called Auschwitz, Ishbitz, nearby. So the point is, it's tremendous, like Shur Sakalim, like it says in Psalm, this breaking of vessels we don't understand. But the important thing is, it's very important to know the Fida Aiza and Tzaddikim, that the Efshel Takin, everything has a tikkun somehow or another. And for example, with Eli Wiesel, we got tremendous fixing, tikkun olam, this idea, this fixing of being able to have someone go around. And like I said, the Rebbe had an influence on him. They were in correspondence, they were close. You can watch Eli Wiesel talk about it himself. You can hear Rav Y. Jacobson. I'll share the link down below. And you can see how much of an influence the Rebbe had in terms of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, like helping him being able to do his mission with his experience, and to go ahead and build a family and have children and be the Nobel Peace Prize winner that everyone looks up to. It came from a tzaddik being able to lay down a very big foundation of emunah, that a person can understand that we have to protest, and that Eli Wiesel knew that, and that was his books, his tribute, and I was really moved. I mean, that was my beginning questions when I was in history in the school world. So basically we started off in English history in England. We started off with the original, after the Jews. We started off with all these different ages, like the different ages that were then before the Greeks and Romans. And we ended up by the Greeks and then by the Romans. I had to learn Latin in the school I was in. And we went through the whole history all the way through, but it was always more to do with English history in England. And it was that focus of the kings and the empires, and and we never heard about the Jewish people. Like in all those history, I'm a Jew, but I never heard anything. There was no Bible mention, nothing. And then suddenly we get to the end of the history of like all those years I studied history, and the climax is the Holocaust. Suddenly we hear about the Jews. And what is it? These images, like I was watching Oprah with Eli Wiesel, and I wanted to show my kids, but I had to be careful, because the images are disgraceful in some ways, even though they're horrific and and true. But they're like taking women who would dress properly, all different situations, and maybe there's a big, they don't want to be, I don't want to get into controversy, but they don't want to, I don't even have to say the words. Nowadays everyone's ready for controversy to jump on it, so you say something, they're already like fighting with you and this kind of thing. I don't want to fight, I just you write the rest, yeah? People, controversial people know before I write. The point is that, I speak, but the idea that it's so intense, the imagery, and it's beyond the imagery. People were there, people's feelings, people saw their parents, their family, their sister, like Eli Wiesel, saw that being burned up, and the whole thing was such evil, vicious evilness. We can't imagine, it's beyond our understanding. And being that we're coming up to Parshas Balak, in Eretz Yisrael, and Parshas Chukas, which is also connected in terms of the paradigm, it's beyond our understanding, the red cow, the purity from the impure and the impure to the pure, this contradiction that this makes that and that makes this, and this Chukas, it's beyond our understanding. And then there's the other aspect of Parshas Balak where we see the non-Jewish people plotting constantly to destroy us, and Hashem turns it into Baruch Hu, into blessing. My son was born this week's Parsha, Baruch Yitzhak, and we had a bris that's coming up. He's 12 years old and being bar mitzvah in a year from now, Be'ez Hashem. We have this idea of the continuation. He's the first Kohen from my family since the Beis Hamikdash to have a bar mitzvah in Eretz Yisrael and grew up in Eretz Yisrael, and this is a tremendous, this is talking about thousands of years history where we weren't here, now we're here as a priest, the descendant from Aaron Cohen, and we're here in Eretz Yisrael. And then it's Baruch Hu, comes out Baruch, he's blessed, even though we came from a place and it wasn't seemingly so blessed. I didn't know anything about my heritage really, but it was blessed in other ways, materially, and we had good character traits, hopefully. This idea, but the Judaism, we didn't know, it wasn't here. And we're slowly, the Jewish aspect is coming alive, Jewish pride, and that was a big thing when the Rebbe pushed the Eli Wiesel to come back to him, push the Jewish pride, and Oprah did a very nice job helping Wiesel get that message out there, and it's a tremendous opportunity. Hey, Mindy, say hello, a minute. Say hello.
Hello.
So you have Jewish pride. You like to be a Yid?
Hello.
Okay, Mindy, you're gonna let Tati carry on now. Go back to the Peset. A minute. Yeah, you mind? Okay, we'll carry on. So now this idea of Jewish pride. So we have to really enjoy who we are as a people, and we have to realize that, for example, we're not in control. We don't know what historically is happening right now. It does look like, unfortunately, there is an increase of anti-Semitism, and all the things that Wiesel and the Rebbe, Lubavitcher Rebbe, spoke about are being challenged. But then there's other people, thank God, like Rav Dror and other people going now. He's in his tour in America, who, with the message of Rabbi Nachman, have exploded this in Emunah, are spreading this outreach, and together with the Ohr from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, this idea of Kiruv, which really was his chiddush, and it's a tremendous thing that we should be blessed with that Ohr, with that light. Yes, I'm a bit wet from running around in the Holy Land. But the idea that it's this Ohr of Emunah is a tremendous spiritual light, and that's what's being spread in the world, and it's a continuation of all the different tzaddikim helping each other. They're not in argument with each other, they're really all on the same team, obviously. There's no competition really, and for example, I'm listening to about fundraiser for Aiza Torah, so I'm not really a fan of Aiza Torah personally in terms of my personal experiences, but I am a fan of it, what it's done for Am Yisrael, and it's helped so many people, friends of mine, who, and the Ohr of the light, fire of Torah, the Aish HaTorah, the fire of the Torah, it's important. And now it's getting inspiration from this fundraising, maybe me start to think maybe I need to get back into that. But with Emunah, and the more I look at the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, pushing more and more. We have to do more, and Rav Dror on the other side, with Nachman, we have to do more, and they're pushing, we have to do more. It's a very powerful message. So, since we're entering this time where we can turn around the curses into a blessing, we can turn around the darkness of things we don't understand, the Holocaust, into a tremendous deep light, this deep yearning, this deep protest for Hashem to reveal His kindness in the world. And this is a tremendous hamtaka, sweetening of all the judgments that unfortunately are rising up right now. If you just go into a nice Jewish video on YouTube, you'll see underneath it lots of these anti-Semitic videos, Hashem Shemenu, and it's a problem that it's spreading, and it's this problem that ISIS is spreading. There's lots of problems, but we can be mantik this of our Emunah and realize that it's all just pushing us again into that deep place of believing that there's a good, there's a justice, there will be revealed, and the lack of injustice will just call us to protest more. That's what Hashem wants us to talk to Him, call to Him, have that relationship in a positive way. So we don't have to have it in these other ways. We can have a relationship, emes, and our generation is ready for that. As you can hear by the Emunah channel, that's what we're here to remind everyone. We're ready for that relationship, and it's a tremendous thing. So I bless everyone. We're coming to the end of this week's teaching. Midnightrabbi inspires. We should know what our shlichus, our journey is. Everyone should pray for each other to be successful, and we should remember the message from Eli Wiesel, to remember and never forget, and the Lubavitcher Rebbe, to go ahead and build families and do mitzvahs and Torah and build and build and build. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe with Rabbi Nachman and Rav Dror, and even Aiza Torah with their fundraising efforts to build beautiful buildings right next to the Heilige Kollel, the Kollel with Be'ez Hashem, which will be a place of the Mokkah Mikdash. And all the brachas from Balak and Bilam in this week's Parsha and exile will be revealed. The Mashiach will come for the Jewish nation, and that will be a blessing for all the nations. And Ruth, who came from Balak, came out, David HaMelech. So from such a place where we have a Parsha named after a person who seemingly was evil, he brought korbanos and he brought offerings and came out. Ruth came out, Gerim came out, Ahavas Asagir came out, this Ohr of Mashiach, David HaMelech, and came out this light that we're going to sing with all the Jewish people, with Tshuva B'Hava, with Emunah, that we can get through our struggles, we can be successful. And that's my last point with the sixth habit of synergizing. Synergizing, bringing everything together. How do you do that? We'll go back to all the classes before and you see all the habits building up, we're listening, but now we're synergizing. Work together with all the different groups out there. Synergize as a Jewish nation. Someone messaged under my post, as you see the link below, this idea of the article that went out about music and streaming and coming together as a nation. So that's a very, very powerful idea of synergizing all the different organizations someone wrote, Chabad, Aish. Everyone should work together. Everyone should help each other in some way or another. And that would be the bracha, that we're all praying for each other, helping each other, everyone helping each other, all the different groups of Am Yisrael. And it should spread out beyond to all the different other groups that are, seeming less religious, should also seem on an inner level all have a joint message of truth. We're proud to be a Jew, and we should see that blessing. Amen.